Mickey Hawkins outside London Stadium, West Ham fans. If you Mike, that wasn't good, was it?
No, not what was required of us today, really. We didn't look like that we were ready from the off, to me. I think we were very, very lucky to only be going into the second half 2-1 down, to be honest. If they had scored that one just before half time, that's us going in at 3-1 down. 20 minutes in, you've got two of their players that are obviously come off for injury. I don't think there were tactical reasons. Obviously, Forshaw and Firpo, and I think Firpo was he wasn't playing his. I'm guessing it was an injury anyway. I thought to myself, right, so this could play into our hands. This could be a blessing in disguise. Just the fact that they've obviously only got one sub left for the whole, the rest of the game. So they had still more than half of the game left still to, if they needed to make one more sub. But we simply were not at the races today at all. Antonio had a few flashes of, I wouldn't say brilliance, but good stuff. Bowen and Rice probably our two best players out there. I'd say a little bit at Lanzini as well. Lanzini was being asked to play a very, very difficult role against that midfield, because that Leeds midfield they're tough cookies. They are tough cookies, and Lanzini. I think this is a game where we actually could have done with Souček, if I'm honest, because we would have had a little bit more steel in that midfield, and I think we were missing that today.
You should have called it off for COVID. Everyone else does.
Well, yeah, I suppose. But obviously, I suppose you need like 1.5 or 2 players that
Arsenal got one.
Well, yeah, who was it? Who was the Arsenal? I don't even know who the Arsenal player was, but yeah, I can understand obviously Tottenham's frustrations. But look, as I say, I don't want to give Leeds too much credit today. But to be fair to them, their fans didn't. I was right by the away fans. Didn't stop singing. Did not stop singing. Did not stop cheering for every decision, every ball, everything. And I think our crowd were a little bit flat today. And obviously not blaming the crowd, but the problem is as well when you
can't defend, you lose games.
Well, also, Nicky, the problem is we got it back to 2-2. So if I'm honest with you, when we got back to 2-2, I honestly saw there was only going to be one winner after that. I thought it looked like that we had the wind in our sails. It looked like that we were going forward very well. It looked like Declan Rice yet again driving us forward as he always does. Lanzini driving us forward. Defensively, obviously we weren't at our best today. I have to say, for Leeds to go 3-2 up, I actually thought that obviously there was, so people were telling me that it was Vlasic that went in to, try to win a tackle, and he didn't win a tackle, and the rest is history. But I actually think Fabianski made it easier for Harrison. He made his mind up. He came out of goal, and he should have narrowed the angle instead of coming out, and he made Harrison's job very, very easy. We were very, very lucky not to have gone 4-2, be 4-2 down as well. It was only disallowed because, what was it disallowed? It was because it came off. Some people said it came off his hand, but it was in an offside position anyway. So what difference does it make? But we got beaten by the better side today. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to hold your hands up and say it's not a disaster, but sometimes you've got to hold your hand up. You hold your hands up and say we were not the better side today, and we were beaten by the better side. Yeah. I'm not going to say we were beaten by Jack Harrison, because all fair play to him, he got his hat-trick against us. But I think it was I wouldn't say an easy hat-trick, but I think we made it a little bit too easy for Leeds than what we should have done. And this goes back to my point of with the. Obviously, after I spoke to you after the Norwich game, and I said to you that I think that a little bit of a weaker side should have been played against Norwich. No disrespect to them, but I think that still should have happened, because we could have then had more players fresh for today's game, right? So we didn't have that. Then when you go and you take off Vlasic...
Mike, who do you play? Well, look. We played our first 11 today. Look what we brought off the bench. We've got no weaker side.
This brings me on to my next point. So you bring off Vlasic for Masaraku, and you bring off Fornals, and you bring on...
And to be fair, mate, we nearly fucking fuck that Norwich game up as well.
Yeah, we nearly did. Yeah, that chance. I mean, we were only 1-0 up at that time, and at that point, and obviously had that, had Fabianski not made that one, that one handed save, is, that's going in 1-1, and then you never know what could have happened after that.
Yeah.
But the problem is that I've highlighted since the beginning of January, even before that, we don't have the strength and depth in our side. We don't have those players that we could bring off the bench, but that's the problem. Therein lies the problem for me, because Moyes obviously doesn't trust what he's got on the bench. If he did trust what he's got on the bench, then he would have played a more weakened side against Norwich.
Or windows open. There's no excuses.
Okay,
we're 16 days into a window where they knew we was going into it without any fucking strength. There's no excuse.
It's really frustrating from a fan's point of view. It is really, really frustrating. And if we want to cement our place, today was the chance to cement our place as far as I'm concerned in that top four. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have been caught for the rest of the season, but it would have put us, we've got a very favourable run of fixtures coming up. Even Manuel Wayne.
Well, how are they? Because this one was supposed to be the one.
Yeah, but the thing is,
the club are leaving us short. They're leaving Moyes short. They're doing it. They've done him dirt. I don't know whether it's Moyes' fault.
That's what I was just about to say. Do you think it's Moyes doing, or do you think it's the board's doing?
He has got the nickname Dithering Dave.
Yeah, but I mean, I was saying to some people earlier that. If we're going to get Lingard. I think if we were going to get Lingard, he'd have walked through the doors by now. The fact that he's not here speaks volumes to me. The fact that we don't have, as you've highlighted, we don't have enough on the bench at the moment. We don't have a player to come off the bench that can change a game, that you can sort of say with confidence, I really think he can, come on and maybe. I mean, Yarmolenko had a really. Look, I don't want to be too critical of Yarmolenko. We know he's not been, in the starting 11 for ages, and even Moyes don't really ever want to bring him on even off the bench. But when he did, and he had that chance at the end, which I thought was, unlucky. Maybe on another day that goes in. Obviously, we pushed and pushed, even when it was, it gave us maybe a little bit of encouragement when that goal got disallowed. So obviously it stayed at 3-2, but. It's not good enough at the end of the day. That's all right. I say it like it's a really, really bad thing. 7 defeats all season out of 21 games is that. Obviously, this was one that we not needed to win, but we should have won. Yeah. And the reason is, as you said, because the lack of strength and depth in our side. Yeah. There's no other explanation for it, really.
Great. Thank you.
Cheers, Nicky.
Cheers, pal.